All right, it's another beautiful morning in the city of Lagos. Welcome Nigeria, welcome Africa to the Wednesday edition of the Bumper Breakfast. My name is Stanley Paul Ikau, and trust me, it's another brand new day where we'll serve you nothing but the best of information that, like I've always said, that you can always bank on. Thank you so much for always finding time and spending your precious 1 hour, 30 minutes, and sometimes 2 hours with us. We're highly and really appreciative of your effort. And like I've always said, we'll do everything humanly possible to ensure that we serve you nothing but the best as far as the year 2026 is concerned. It's been an amazing year so far, and I am sure, I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic and positive that as the day, weeks, months, and years roll by, we would ensure that the best of dividend that we seek for, that we clamor for as a people, as a country, as a nation, is delivered to us. We would always have our say, and definitely while we urge them to have their way in a positive direction to ensure that the dividend of democracy is served. Today on the program, so much to talk about, and trust me, it's one step at a time we're going to take it. But there's something that's trending recently, and trending for the wrong reasons. Trending for the wrong reasons, I make bold to say. And I'm very, very sure and confident that the governor of one state, is acting on the script. And permit me to say this, Mr. Governor, please do not start acting like a rubber stamp governor. You need to stand your ground. Yes, if there is a template, there is a template. But you must also stand your ground and make commanding statements. Something happened right there in Ekpoma, Edo State, where students of Ambrose Ali University protested over the killings of students in the state. And all of a sudden, police raided their hostel in the wee hour of the night, arrested the students, took them into custody. Without any interrogation, they were taken to court, and the court asked them to be remanded in a correctional center. Before I introduce my guest, let's listen or watch this video. When we come back, I will introduce my guest, and she would react to this. The governor has also come out to make a statement, very, very unfounding. But let's listen to this video. When we come back, I will introduce my colleague, not my guest, I beg your pardon, not my guest. I will introduce my colleague, and then she will share her thoughts. You've I mean, don't show her face, so you've heard her voice, but I will introduce her after this break. Don't go anywhere, just listen to this video. I will be back.
And don't say shame on you people! Shame on you people! Students! Treating them like they are criminals.
That's right. What is that? Which one can provoke the board?
My friend no penny. My brother no penny. Look at the innocent students. We are students. Go back to airport. Go back to airport. Oh, Jesus.
My own person here.
No, this is not fair. 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 No. Why am I treating us? Why am I treating us? Why am I treating us? No. Why am I treating us? We did not do anything. We did not do anything. Jesus.
If you not get tear gas them.
We are very, very allergic to them.
And don't say shame on you people! Shame on you people! Students! Treating them like they are criminals.
That's right. What is that?
Which one can provoke the board?
My friend no penny. My brother no penny.
Welcome back. I'm sure you saw that video. Students protesting. And prior to that protest, the government ordered all schools be closed temporarily until further notice, until the issue of killing and abduction is stopped or is brought to an end in the state. Barrister Pink Egbe joins me this morning and she will be sharing her thoughts. Unfortunately, she is not from Edo State. She is from a state in the southeast.
Yeah.
Barrister Pink, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you?
I'm very fine, Stan.
Let me congratulate you. I will not let the cat out of the bag, but I congratulate you.
Thank you.
Don't worry, I'm a trained I'm a trained journalist. I'm a trained presenter. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
So there's something people don't understand. I also have very relatives, aunties, uncles from Edo State.
Okay.
So practically I'm always in Edo State because the east somehow is far.
Yeah.
And most of them are in Edo State. So sometimes like this, not just Christmas, when there's events, weddings and all that, we travel. And I do enjoy it. Edo State is another world of its own. But there's something I want to say about this. The first time this news broke, I was clamoring for, why are they arresting these children? Why are they arresting these people, these students from Ekpoma? But later on, I started seeing videos of destructions around the Ekpoma market. You understand? Because I know that market very well. Because sometimes there was a time I told somebody I wanted to buy like good things, and somebody said, "Ah, you go Isha." You understand? That they sell like all these things they buy from abroad, like the kind of things I like, and they took me there. So I was shocked to see it on TV being destroyed, like shops, all those container shops and all that. So the truth about this whole thing is that by the time I started listening to the governor, and he was saying that somebody abroad, some Nigerians abroad sponsored the whole thing here, and maybe he got reliable information that people want to cause chaos around the states. I don't know where he got it from, maybe from the police, but it's not new to me. Why? Because I came from the southeast where people actually sponsor terror. You understand? In their own states. And this is stemmed from the fact that if you won't go abroad, I always tell people, go abroad, go enjoy. Enjoy yourself. But don't spoil out for people who have decided that this is their home, or they don't have the opportunity to leave this country, but they are willing to leave. Don't destroy it. That it took even Soludo to travel to the US to go and warn all of them. You understand? So hearing it from another governor is not new to me, and it's not impossible that is going on. But there was a funny scene when I saw it on TV. I think it's a policeman that was stating what because they were parading, they were arraigning them. I think they are within the court premises, and he was saying that these people, they burnt, they made, and the guy didn't as if he was shocked, like, where is this allegation coming from?
Now you understand that both parties, the Nigerian police force, and it was too quick.
Yeah, it was quick because they picked them from the hostel.
And just immediately 24 hours.
Yes.
You've taken them to...
But there was another information that came out from the mouth of the governor. He said that they're on vacation. And I'm looking for somebody from Ekpoma to confirm it if the school is on in section, you understand? So I don't know... What
the governor did after the killing in Edo State was to stop resumption.
Okay.
You understand? He placed resumption on hold till further notice. So apparently some of these students had returned to school preparing for the academic session
before
this issue happened. And they took to the streets. I was a student and she was a student. She graduated from the Lagos State University. Let me say this on TV. I led protest. I was always for the students. I hate being intimidated. And I hate my fellow human being, whether male or female, subjected to intimidation. I kick against it. Now, the records are there. The records are there. As long as they did all of these things in line with what the Constitution says, I see no reason why these students should be apprehended. Now, I'll read an information from the governor of Edo State. It says, I'm reading from the Guardian newspaper this morning. The National Association of Nigerian Students have also reacted to the arrest of this student. It says the Edo State governor on Tuesday alleged that the Ekpoma protest was not just a protest. My director, please, I wouldn't mind having that video again while I read this. He said the Edo State government on Tuesday alleged that the ECPOMA protest was not just a protest, but a well-organized riot sponsored by Nigerians, residents in Russia and other locations overseas. Mr. Governor, sir, please, I think you need to get your facts right. This was contained in a statement issued by Dr. Patrick Ebojele, the Chief Press Secretary to Governor Monday Okpebholo. Ebojele, in a statement, dismissed as false and misleading several social media reports surrounding the recent incident in Ekpoma, describing them as part of a coordinated attempt to misinform the public and destabilize the state. We will look at this now logically and in line with the law. Now, the CPS disclosed in a statement that the security agencies have already identified the masterminds who allegedly contacted several individuals in Ekpoma, proposing to sponsor the organization of coordinated riots across Ekpoma, Auchi, Irua, and even at the government house in Benin City with funding from the diaspora. Now, on AAU students' alleged involvement in the protest, the government insisted that those arrested are facing prosecution in connection with the violence where students of AAU this is not even complete self. Where students of AAU stressing that their arrest was made based on available information. Barrister Pink, I want to cause unrest in Lagos State.
Yeah.
Do I need the student to cause unrest? There are area boys, no disrespect now. I know the people that can cause violence in Lagos State. If I am to cause, I'm not disrespect now, like I said, and I'm just making an analogy here. I want to cause unrest in Lagos State. Do I need to go through the students when I know there are tools? There are tools that can be used. Street urchins, area boys. You understand? Those are people you know. If you send them such messages, they will deliver. Now, hold on. If there was no a killing in Edo State, the student would not have protested. How come all of this is now being linked to Nigerians in the diaspora in Russia and other countries? First, let's identify, was there killing of students in Edo State? I have a friend whose son schools in Edo State. I remember I was going home one day. I saw him with his luggage, and I'm like, "Where are you coming from?" He said he was coming from school. Now on Sunday, just on Sunday or on Saturday, I was in his dad's house, and he showed me the message that the school said they shouldn't resume until further notice. Before I even got the information direct from the state government, he told me that they had placed it on their platform.
So there's a circular already.
You understand? There's a circular on their platform that all students should stay off the school. So it means something triggered this protest. If there was something that triggered this protest, we would have said, okay, some persons are behind all of this. But there's something that triggered this protest, and now you are labeling it on Nigerians in the diaspora. How do we juxtapose all of this?
So the truth about this thing, there's a point you made there, that there are people they would have used, because the high level of cultism in Edo State is very alarming. So they would have even used any other means apart from students. So I believe, from my own theory, that there was a peaceful protest. But somebody, I don't know, either way, used that protest and escalated it beyond.
Like hijacked it
and it spiraled out of control, because this same thing has happened during the no SARS, that end SARS time. It was a peaceful protest. Then all of a sudden, most of these Agbero boys took it over, and you see them. I'm sure there was even a video. They were coming out from a very sophisticated car, and how can Agbero come out and start harassing people? So it's like somebody took charge of the whole thing. So my own theory is that there was a peaceful protest, but somebody hijacked the protest, spiraled out of control. These children had no means than to run back to their hostel, and I'm sure they are mixed up with people that were not even aware that things like this are happening, because that guy, the way they explain, he does talk like, you understand. And there was this talk among them that most of us don't even know what happened. So I think the police, I think they also said that they found out that some people, because they packed all of them like that, they are going to sieve the weed from the shaft. Yeah.
Now let me take the reaction of from the Nigerian Association of Nigerian Students, National Association, I beg your pardon, of Nigerian Students. It says the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has strongly condemned the continued detention and court remand of 52 students of Ambrose Ali University, AAU Ekpoma, Edo State, who were arrested following a peaceful protest against rising cases of kidnapping and insecurity affecting students and their host communities. I'll take that again. Following a peaceful protest against rising cases of kidnapping and insecurity affecting students and their host communities. In a statement signed by NANS National Public Relations Officer Samson Adeyemi, the students' body described the arrest and prosecution of the students as unjust, oppressive, and a direct violation of their fundamental human right to peaceful assembly and freedom of expression. That's the underlining word now. Their fundamental human right to peaceful assembly and freedom of expression as guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It says, while calling for their immediate release and unconditional release as well, it noted that the protest was organized to draw attention to growing security challenges around the state or the university environment, which have reportedly led to fear, disruption of academic activities, and threats to life, which was the major reason why the government of Edo State decided to postpone indefinitely resumption of students across different universities and colleges of education in the state. So there was something that triggered the process. Now, Barrister Pink, this brings me to this question again. Our freedom of expression as a people, as a Nigerian, I have the right, as long as I don't violate the law, as long as I don't go against what the law says, write a letter to the appropriate authority, the Nigerian police force, let them know of your protest, so it doesn't look like you are taking the law for granted. Now, I am sure they did all of this.
Does it look like?
Okay, let me assume they did all of this because they are students. Well, each time we protest as students at the university, then we don't need to write to the government.
That was back then.
You understand? But we never did anything against the law.
Yeah.
Now, in all of this, the freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, it's only in Nigeria right now, and I repeat, right now as we speak, there is no freedom of expression anymore. There's no freedom of speech. They will tell you there's freedom of speech. Freedom after speech you cannot guarantee. One of our cameramen went somewhere yesterday. As much as he went to the court, the Lagos State, what's it called now? Chief Judge. They decided to decongest the correctional center yesterday. And he told me cases of, criminal cases that the Chief Judge, Alugba, decided that some of them be remanded again. But there were some innocent people that were brought and they're still facing charges. No judgment yet.
No, they were just arraigned.
You understand? No,
for the first time.
No, not even the first time.
Sit on my judge seat and start doing my ADR. You understand? So what I did is that most of the people that don't like following the bus actually came late. If you come 7 a.m., buses are there waiting for or any council that want to go. But the timing coming back is wasted because you might even get to court, your judge is not sitting. You understand?
Sure.
So that thing, you just like if you are wasting time, and people, especially if I'm in another department where I have to just come back and just be treating documents, they two different things. So then I saw it as a time wasting venture.
Barrister Pink, yes, it's still in line with what we're discussing.
Yeah.
Do we still have, as a people, freedom of expression, taking into cognizance some of the incidents that have happened? Now,
why are you telling me I cannot do this when it's written in same constitution? I don't think that person has gone through the constitution to know that there are limitations to what you can say. and how you can communicate with that person, right? But the way I see now is that we don't have any rights, like we are being restricted like this. Let me tell you, even that court judgment of that assembly that we are restricted to a particular place, they benched it based on the violence that happened, which they started looting shops. Ordinarily, you can't, that judgment to me will not stand. If not for that violence, my kind of person would have filed a further case, maybe from the High Court, I'll move it to Court of Appeal. Why? Because I don't think I should be restricted where I can stand in my father's house and say, oh shebe, and get a recording. So I can be arrested now for even doing that because they've told me certain places I'm so enough to come and be harassing people. So what is the need of every year? Do you know that sometimes they'll give you appointment for 9 for your motors, for come and check your tires and all that? Do you know it's like it's taking half of my day, my life time I would have been using for other things. So why are you on the road doing the same thing? Why can't you just go back to how it was before? Why are they on the road? And the last time the guy was telling me do Christmas for me. So it's like everybody's hustling. Why are they under that bridge in Otedola harassing people? Do you know sometimes your brake lights might not even show, you that is driving might not know. You might even change the bulbs the day before. The person might not even fix it or even bought you an inferior one. So the truth about this thing is that everybody is hustling, including the people that are supposed to take care of us. They are hustling. And we somehow live in fear because we don't carry weapons. How many of us have weapons? None.
It's quite sad, quite appalling. And I make bold to say that we are not living as a united people in this country. Yes, I understand that some miscreants, some hoodlums, sponsored by some people who wants to use events or happenings like that to, I'm trying to look for the word right now that best describes this, all of this. To think that, to make the government look like they are working, yes, you just order the Nigerian police force. And it has always been like, he who calls the piper dictates the tune. You are influential as a person, no doubt about that. Remember that you leave office today, posterity definitely will judge you. I said something earlier, that Governor Okpebolo, please and please, stop acting like there's a script somewhere that you're reading from somewhere. Stop, honestly speaking, act like a governor. You were elected by the people, whether sponsored by somebody or not. Do the will, ensure the people feel your impact as a governor, sir. Something happened in Edo State where there was a killing of a northerner. And instead of settling your state first, you flew to Kano. You flew to Kano to do what?
To beg.
Quite appalling.
And to pay, I think he paid damages. He paid damages.
I'll read this and I will just put an end to it. I decided to start with this Edo State. Now the commissioner of, I almost said commissioner of sports. Don't mind me. I'm picturing the Super Eagles game this evening, which I won't watch.
I can't miss.
Now
that's
the
a
commissioner
very
of
green, can't you see?
I'm not putting on green. Now the commissioner of police in Edo State has not made any statements.
Yeah.
And that's to tell you who ordered the police to go clamp down on these protesters. The commissioner of police has not made any statements.
But there was a press release from their table.
That's what I'm saying. The commissioner of police should address this. You see, matters like this, you don't need a press release. You don't need a press release. This is not this and this. This is a case of students. Okay, from reliable source, we got an information that this and this happened.
Yeah.
The last one I read now is from the state press governor, the chief press secretary, that said they got an information that some Nigerians in the diaspora sponsored the hijacked protest. Yes, protests are liable to be hijacked. No doubt about that. It has happened severally.
Yeah.
The one that happened at the Lekki toll gate was peaceful.
It was peaceful until it was.
I was here right here at Alausa. It became peaceful until we heard that somewhere around Ogba, some boys have started looting shops. What then is the gain? So it means the aim of the protest has been quelled and has been smashed.
And to destabilize.
To destabilize the community. Now, Governor Monday Okpebolo of Edo State has ordered the release of what he called authentic students of Ambrose Ali University. Listen.
Authentic.
God have mercy. My director, I want
help
to please. I need that video again. I need that video again.
God help.
Because that is underlining statement. I need this video to back it up. Listen to this, Lagos, Nigeria. Listen to this. Governor Monday. See, I don't allow an arrest for this country.
God help all
I don't
ID
allow-
card loss.
I don't allow an arrest. At least what's it called now? It's HOC would identify him now.
I know, but God help at that time who ID card loss.
You're a gunner. Now, thank you very much, Abe. Don't worry, you will drink cocoa and akara this morning. You are doing well. Now, Governor Monday Okpebholo of Edo State has ordered the release of what he called authentic students of Ambrose Ali University, AAU Ekpoma, who were remanded in Ubiaja prison. Lord have mercy. Oh,
Na school then go.
na school they go. They don't become ex-convict. At what age? Who were remanded at Ubiaja prison on the order of the state high court sitting in Benin City following their arraignment by the police. The students allegedly took part in the Ekpoma anti-kidnapping protest that turned violent in Esan West local government area of the state. The governor also claimed that the Nigerian based a Nigerian
One.
based in Russia sponsored the protest. Governor Monday Okpebholo. This came as families of the students lamented. Now you can see them. These are the families of the students. I heard one of the I don't know, sister to one of these. Look at this. You would know that these students are innocent.
That's what I'm saying.
You would know that these students are innocent.
Yeah, sis.
Look at this.
A parent crying.
Who does this? Look at the sisters to some of the students there. Now look at this. They came in the night. And you know the sad part? The chairman of EFCC said it's in the law that they can forcefully, that security agents can, and I said yes, I understand. But if you have a permit,
Exactly, you must have a warrant.
without a warrant, you can't break into my house.
Of course.
We'll kill ourselves. Now he said also Senator Natasha Akpoti Oduaga had condemned the arrest and detention of the 52 students, demanding their immediate release. Rabi Brahma, these are lawmakers in Nigeria, whose son and friends Yusuf Abdulrahman, God's Time, Omone, and Nosa Destiny were among the 52 students remanded, said they were told that the state high court in Ubiaja, where they were remanded, not to sit. Can you imagine? She said the words were picked from their hostels and that they did not participate in the protest. They also told us that the court will not sit today. That was yesterday. And that is when they start sitting. When they start sitting, they will attend to them, detained students. My brother said he has contacted a lawyer. Another family member who refused to disclose his name said his brother was among those who remanded and that their lawyer would come from Benin to file a necessary case. The principal registrar of the state high court, Ubiaja, Mrs. Comfort Agbonire, said they were expecting the police prosecutor from Benin City to formally hand over the papers to the court, and then lawyers to the students can file their cases. Barrister Pink, can we even trust the judicial system in this country?
And days will be going.
And it's quite sad.
I saw somebody flogging.
You can't flog again.
No, I saw somebody wearing a grey shirt.
They can't even
Flogging or something like that.
flog someone student in front of the camera.
Yeah,
Then the commissioner, I don't know.
If you check by the side, that was what I was watching all over again. And
really?
yes, if they can repeat that part.
My director, please, I need to see that video. I need to check.
The end part, just be watching your right at the end. So the person didn't know that they are going to capture that side.
This man carrying a gun is not on uniform.
You see what I'm saying? There was flogging.
I need to check that part again.
Somebody's wearing a grey shirt.
Flog someone?
It was, if you know how like they flog. So that was what I
was.
was
should go into the bus, into the Black Maria.
I still don't know, but the person is wearing a grey shirt.
Grey shirt.
Yes.
But
just be watching your right hand side. So the person didn't know that the camera was on
him.
Yes.
Quite sad.
That's what I keep watching. I keep looking at it, and it's looking like he's hitting somebody.
But now, looking at this, Barrister Pink, because we will leave this topic very soon to touch on other things. Looking at this, where is the hope, or where lies the hope of the average Nigerian in this country?
It's very alarming because there was a time, I believe in the 90s, Wandering was like the arrest. It's like everybody in police station cell is wandering until they now started telling them wandering is not an offense. Do you understand? And it is spill over to 2000. You see people, especially this Ogba. There was a time people would be in a restaurant.
You know, I've been arrested because they said I was wandering. I left this office one day.
Are you serious? And it's
they arrested
wrong.
a lecturer in Ikorodu
Because of wandering.
And his wife just gave birth.
Yeah, and
he
it's
came out
wrong.
in the night to procure baby food, and he was arrested.
It's not a crime to wander. You can take it true, right? So there was a time, in short, that 90s there was an uproar. Around that 98, people started hammering. Lawyers were speaking and saying wandering is not a crime, because that time is as if they want to pick the whole Nigeria. And this same thing still spilled to restaurants in Oba, whereby, you know, maybe they have good restaurants there, whereby people will just sit down just to have fun, and police will just storm and arrest people, if not for their ID card. The other time before they started stop this arraignment.
You remember when P Square was still P Square? They did one song, Oga Police here, waiting be this here. And I think I must say this. It's not something that started today. It's been long. It didn't just start today. And I don't think it would stop anytime soon. We didn't nip it in the bud, and those in authority have not deemed it fit. Have not deemed it fit to put an end to all of this whole drama and fiasco. We keep clamoring for reforms. Let the Nigerian police force be well remunerated. Let their welfare package be be top notch.
I think before that,
Somebody said
orientation matters.
See, no matter how you orientate, Barrister Pink, if the system is corrupt and porous, no matter how good you think you are, no matter how well you think you want to effect those positive change, to make the world see the force as your friend truly, is it those corrupt ones in the system would influence you negatively? True. So if you wipe out the older ones from the system and you bring in new ones, well trained, well equipped with the right information, they went through the 4 walls of the school, and when I mean school, police college now, and they are well trained. If you still do not remove the bad eggs in the Nigerian police force now, they would infiltrate the negative lifestyle into the younger ones. So where then would the change come from?
Now, the truth about this whole thing, some of the younger ones also are entering the Nigerian police just for them,
for a reason,
just to be armed, and they can do what they can. Why some of them they came in there genuinely. So this talk now will be for the sake of the genuine ones. You understand? Because with time they'll start facing bully in the office, like, so you don't want to collect a tip and all that. Because I've met a very good policeman, so dedicated to his job, and he made it easy for me. I don't need to call the commissioner of police, because
Frank Mba is one of them.
That's what I'm telling you. There are some people. If you do, even the GPO, if you don't call commissioner of police, nothing will move.
And that's the sad part. That's the sad part. You find a military officer somewhere trying to intimidate you, and you just tell him politely, "I am coming from so and so place." Instead of him to allow you leave, he wants to exact the power that he does not even have on you.
They don't even have respect for lawyers, because there was a story shared in NBA whereby a particular police station told, as in maybe they've tipped them enough, told the police at the counter, if any lawyer come for that person, they should arrest the lawyer. Yes, it was shared in the NBA. This story I'm saying.
No respect.
And when a lawyer came, they arrested that one. So nobody knew where he was, and he would as if he lost. Another lawyer came and sensed it, that there's danger here. You understand? Because they keep telling him.
Raised alarm.
No, he did not raise alarm. He was telling them, you don't want me to see the person. You don't want me. You understand? So he pretended first that he was not a lawyer because of the way he saw them, that I came for this person, and the way they do that thing, and they asked him, are you the lawyer? So they didn't know the guy is Yoruba. Maybe the way he looks Igbo and all that. You know, people can be fair.
Sure.
Like, and they spoke in Yoruba and said, let's put him in like the other one. So he pretended and said, I'm just a relative. So by the time he listened and noticed that there's like an embargo on it, so all his mind that he's going to call the chairman of NBA and alert him what is going on there. So immediately he turned around and they now asked him, are you really a relative or a lawyer? So because he's already at the door, he just told them, I'm a lawyer. And he started walking. His mind just said to turn. They came with dagger. They were running after him. This matter was shared in the NBA. Yes, they were running after him with dagger.
This happened when?
This happened last 2 years actually.
Police
faced
a lawyer.
Yes. No, he didn't even know they were coming with dagger.
That's what I'm saying.
So and guess what? They even came out in the open air according to his testimony.
Okay.
And they tried to dagger him. And people there, I don't want to call the police because it's somewhere around here. So they're holding them. They want to kill a lawyer for coming to represent somebody. So he was lucky to call our NBA chairman, and some of our lawyers that were around ran to his aid and rescued him. So this matter was reported to the commissioner of police. That was when Abiodun was.
Abiodun Alabi?
Yes, he was.
It's just recent.
That's what I'm telling you. So some of them don't even respect lawyers, and so they didn't even know. And that's why now, because of
who did they even respect? Did they respect journalists?
Because of
look at the IRS man that
this first information report that they do come to magistrate courts to file.
Yeah.
Now we are fighting that no longer. We don't want the police to do that, because why? When they appear shabbily with sometimes with bathroom slippers and all that, for them to come and present that. So we want to insist that it's either the police is a lawyer or a government lawyer from the ministry. We have to present that in the court. So that's what we are fighting for now.
Quite alarming. I pray, and I pray for you two out there. May Nigeria not happen to you according to like Tunwade Lele would always say. May Nigeria not happen to you. But unfortunately, there's no how Nigeria will not happen to you.
It will happen.
There's no how. As long as you live, there's a difference between you living and existing. We're only living, as some persons will say, we're only living as if we are not existing in this country. Yeah. That's because they don't value you and I. I've always said this country has been shared, the elite and the less privileged. We are not less privileged people. Because if you are not connected, you can't get justice. I've always said this. When would you have a country where the son of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody? When would you get to an office with your intellectual capability and property and say, I can do this without knowing a godfather? When would we put an end to all form of godfatherism in this country? This is the country that you and I live. Quite unfortunate, quite sad. May Nigeria once again not happen to you. And I pray in this our generation, perhaps maybe not in our generation, but I am wishing and I hope that in this generation, Nigeria would have and of course enjoy that change that we all envisage. Let's leave the ECPOMA, the Ambrose Ali University students arrest 52 students. I hope those boys and girls have left the correctional center and have reunited with their family. I am waiting for the commissioner of police, but right now the governor has spoken, so there's nothing the commissioner of police can say again that would hold ground. Now let's go there. Let's leave there. Still talking security matters right now. Still talking security matters. The US has delivered. Yesterday, I spoke positive about this administration. But I want to always speak positive about this administration. And not just this administration, about Nigeria. It's my country. I can decide not to travel. I have friends that would tell me, Stanley, you never suffer it for this country, now why you never come up for this country? When I had the zeal, like the urge to leave this country, like I was so anxious to leave this country, I didn't have an opportunity. Now I can decide that I want to leave. My friends will tell me, Stanley, you are not ready to leave Nigeria. That's because I feel this country can still be great again.
But doesn't mean they are enjoying. So
see, you are well secured. As much as you are still a second-class citizen anywhere you go, you are secured and you have that. You see, this right we talk about every day. You use it well and to your advantage outside there. But in this country, you have a right, but you cannot utilize your right.
So the mistake people always make, they believe that leaving Nigeria to other places is better. Let me tell you, the only people
it's not better.
No, I'm just telling
you. So it's
police.
Better, but you are secure. There's nowhere that's secured in the world, right? You understand? But what I'm saying is, security of life, which is the most important thing for every government, we don't enjoy it in this country. And that's what we keep talking about. I'm not saying there's no insecurity everywhere in the world, but our own has been blown out of proportion.
No, what the government did was to empower them. You understand?
No, what are we talking about?
The empowerment is you can carry arms to protect yourself, even if we are not available, right? You still see some organization telling you that they don't believe in arm carrying.
I don't even need to carry arm. I need just one tear gas.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why you see a lot of them with dogs, because they are trying to protect themselves. The truth about this whole thing is that Nigeria is a very wonderful country.
Yes, I know.
If you understand the dynamics,
and
just pray.
The dynamics. Let me understand the dynamics. I think I'm interested in this discussion right now.
And just pray
because we are talking about insecurity.
That's they just pray to have money in Nigeria. You know why?
If you don't have money, you can't live.
I would not lie to you. True. You might not really live well in Nigeria.
And that's where the problem lies, Barrister Pink.
Because as they are saying they are changing police, they did not remove police. They still replaced with something else. You don't understand, like an alternative. So tell me, if you have money, you will say, okay, I need the alternative, right? So you see that you can afford so many things people can afford. So the truth about this whole thing is the people that cannot afford, that is the problem.
That's where the problem lies.
You understand? But when it comes to hustling, and enjoying your money, I will not lie to you, is in Nigeria.
I'm not going there. I want to pick what you just said. If this country is all about now, you're talking about the elite and maybe now to some level of middle class.
Yeah.
In other Senate climb, if you're rich, no doubt about that. Look at Boris Johnson for example. He left and today is a common citizen in the United Kingdom. Same cannot be said in this country. We have influential people who would use their influence, who would use their position to intimidate you.
Yes, because this Nigeria, the only problem I have with Nigeria is
because you don't know anybody that can fight for you.
Yes, the circle of politicians didn't make it easy for anybody.
As even politicians now, influential people.
No, I want to focus on politics. Did not make it easy for people to wake up and said, I want to serve my country. Because in other climes, I have a friend that is a mayor, and he did not know anybody. He just woke up and found out where they are always gathering. You understand? And when he got there, because he's making sense. Do you understand? He's making sense. And Nigerians, we have a way of having sweet mouths and all that. He used that sense to penetrate them. Before you turn around, he's already a mayor when he contested. He joined them within 2 or 3 years. He tried this, you understand? But that thing, it does not happen here in Nigeria. It's like you need to know somebody, to know somebody, to know somebody, to know somebody, and even when you know that person, they'll be telling you it's not your turn. So it's too tight, as in they made it like a click thing here.
Very, 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 very unfortunate. And the United States of America has delivered a critical military supply to Nigeria as part of efforts to strengthen the country's fight against terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping. Now, the delivery was confirmed in a post on X, formerly Twitter, by the U.S. Africa Command, AFRICOM, which announced that American forces supplied key military materials to Nigerian security partners in Abuja to support ongoing operations and reinforce bilateral security operations. According to the statement, U.S. forces delivered critical military supplies to our nation, to our Nigerian partners in Abuja. This delivery supports Nigeria's ongoing operation and emphasizes our shared security partnership. That's the U.S. in Nigeria's Twitter handle. Now, the development comes amid. Okay, we know all of this. We know all of this heightened insecurity and whatever. Barrister Pink, I remember late former President Muhammadu Buhari bought a Tucano
plane
jet to combat insecurity in the north. We have spent close to 10 trillion, not just the administration alone, since the APC took over in combating insecurity. This government has spent close to 2-point-something billion in combating insecurity. Thank you so very much, my director. Yet, nothing meaningful seemed to be coming up. Yes, nothing meaningful in the sense that Sokoto was bombed or invaded on the 25th of December. After then, nothing again happened. Should it be a one-off thing or a continuous effort? I have always said this, Barrister Pink. Can we, as a people, live in a country where you can be sure guaranteed that you can move from Ogba to Abule Egba with no Lagos somehow to a large extent, is secured. But some states in this country, even Ibadan, close to us here, is not even safe anymore.
The roads, right?
Ibadan here is not even safe anymore. And they started writing. These guys, these terrorists now have the guts to write letters informing communities of their coming. In all of this, how can you govern a state or a country if there is insecurity at its height right now, looking at what we're facing?
First and foremost, the goods they deliver to Nigeria, the arms, we thank them for that. But I don't want to hear tomorrow that these things got missing, or they bombarded the place and they don't know how some of them got missing. I will not believe them, because this is not the first time.
Have you ever believed?
This is not the first time, because the how will I say, the insurgents, they have more sophisticated weapons.
Sure.
So where did they get it from? I always tell people that even the one they seized from the custom, if they were smart, they would have shifted the gun to the military. You understand? And keep one as exhibit after much pictures. Like
Barrister Pink, all the monies that have been spent or expended in combating insecurity, I am sure some were used to procure arms for the Nigerian military. But how come? Yes, we know we know that some persons are financiers of this insurgency, I beg your pardon. But even the state governments, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the president, sorry, I beg your pardon. Yeah, the president have spent money in procuring. Not the ones he gives to state for their security. He has spent money in procuring arms to combat. How come we are not seeing all of this? But yet we see these bandits with sophisticated weapons. Hardly would you find our military holding sophisticated weapons. That's to tell you that there are some people sabotaging the effort, and even Mr. President is not even helping matters.
You know, most governors, they are getting tired. That's why they'll say defend yourself.
They cannot get tired because they collect money.
For security votes, right?
They cannot get tired.
So the truth about this whole thing is that there's a trade going on in the desert. So they will get it. That's why we notice they're always demanding for money, and a very huge sum of money. Even if they demand in Naira, they called a lot of millions. Because why? By the time they convert it to the foreign currency, sorry, the euro, pounds, or dollars, depending on who they are transacting with, so they need a lot of money to buy guns. And the people they've not taken note of the desert trade, where they can easily get this from. Because if these insurgents are operating from the southwest or from the southeast, it will be very difficult for them to get a restock. So if you notice, that's why they are based in that northern, because it's easy for them to get and trade in the desert. That's
because of the porosity of our desert, of our
no, they might even stay in the border of even that Libya safe because of the desert. You understand? Helicopter will just land there, drop that. They've already paid.
Our airspace cannot even be secured by the Nigerian Air Force.
That's what I'm saying. There's
helicopter would move from point A to point B, and NAF, Nigerian Air Force, cannot clamp down and trace this aircraft.
Exactly. So these are the problems we have, and we are not opening our mouth to say, can we have a joint effort? We are just signing things without even listing out your demands or your demands. Oh, fine, you want to help us on insecurity, but we also have problems with our airspace. We don't know who is passing and who is not passing. You know, I was even impressed. I'm not a fan of the Torre guy, right? But I was impressed. Yes. What is he calling me? Traore. I'm not a fan
of the Burkina Faso guy.
Yes, I'm not his fan. But for him to trap the Nigerian plane, trying to land somewhere because they had faults with their plane, I'm impressed, because how many of them? This one that will sit down here, planes will be passing, helicopters will be passing. We don't even know who is passing.
Do you know, before now, growing up, we always had helicopters hovering our airspace, monitoring things.
Even this, you know, when rockets pass.
Of course.
When we're growing up, I'm always seeing. So I thought maybe I was going to say God is stoning something. They would just bring out one news for it. But growing up, I just found out that we call them aliens. I don't think it's aliens. These people, they build aircraft, spaceship that will look like this alien thing to come and spy on us, and we don't even have the control to say, hey. Even our seas. How many submarines that must have even come to even this Tom Mainland Bridge? We don't know. all what we see is canoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the truth about this whole thing, I can tell you for free that submarine have even passed there to another country to go and shoot missile. So you see, it's too porous. So our porosity started from within.
Let me ask you a question. How do you see a governor of a state defending the release of bandits?
I was upset. My tummy turned because
70 terrorists
Yeah.
that have maimed, that have killed, that have abducted, that have collected ransom, that have sent family into internal mourning, that have taken the future and the hope of families, that have jeopardized the future of children. The generation yet unborn have been killed. Yet a governor is defending the release of 70 bandits in this country. And yet you think even the governor himself should not be apprehended and caught for questioning.
I think there's something they should add something to the constitution whereby they don't have to wait for your tenure to end before they strip you of your immunity. I want them to add that to the constitution because that will help and curb a lot of things. When you know that in between your tenure, you can be sued, and once you are sued for anything criminal, not just
Even while in office.
Yeah, while enough. I want them to add it that your immunity can be stripped when it involves a criminal, but not civil, because a lot of people can bring in civil suits. But when it involves a criminal matter, that your immunity should be stripped for a while for you to answer, and if you are found guilty, to be stripped forever. That's so your deputy can take over.
All right.
But our own will wait till 4 years, then another government will come in, and you will not be hearing for Yaya Bello to be trying to contest and trying to sit somebody when he's still facing a fraud case. To me, I believe that after his tenure, he still have immunity.
My dear, this is where I would question the integrity of Mr. President. If Yaya Bello eventually becomes the senator representing Kogi Central. My director, let's go back to yesterday. There is a story that got me emotional. Yes, we just talked about it, but I'm going to read it. It's about the Katsina state government. And I must say that I'm highly disappointed in that governor and every successive governor that have come from that state. Every successive governor. Quite sad that the former president, the late Muhammadu Buhari, came from that same Katsina. While he was president, killings happened in Katsina. Kidnappings happened in Katsina and didn't stop. Abductions happened in Katsina. Ransom were being paid. Innocent lives were being lost in Katsina State. And I'll just quickly do this before I take a quick break. It says the Katsina State government has justified its plan to release about 70 people currently on trial for alleged, this one is not an allegation again, for alleged involvement in banditry and terrorism. Don't worry, one of these days, Ido will come and tell us his experience at the Yogba court, where the Lagos State government and the Lagos State, what's it called now, Chief Judge decided to decongest the correctional center. He told me his experience yesterday. I was like, Stanley, I know they go different one, but yesterday was different. But it is what it is. The Commissioner of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Nasiru Muazu, said the move was intended to sustain peace accords reached between affected communities and repentant bandits. Barrister Pink, that underlining word, repentant bandits. He explained that the initiative would strengthen existing peace agreements with armed groups operating across the state. I don't understand. This initiative will strengthen existing peace agreements with armed groups operating across the state. Muazu made this known in an interview with a DCL Awusa while responding to a leaked government letter requesting judicial intervention to facilitate the release of suspects undergoing prosecution. Barrister Pink, and I'm sorry to use this word, aren't we finished as a country?
You see,
I'm sorry, I'm permitted to use that word.
I always like people, I want to advise people to be watching more of anything that concerns World War II. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
If you are a sympathizer to either of the faiths, either to the Jews or even for the Jews, there's always repercussion. To me, the governor is a sympathizer. And who did they call a sympathizer? Somebody that have interest, either sponsoring or is part of the whole thing. Now, you have to also understand that some of the German soldiers during the World War II, if you're watching all these movies, we pretend to be a Jew. Yeah. And they are actually Gestapos. Why? Because some of the Jews, and some of them pretended not to be Jews anymore. So blending with them, we fish out those ones hiding. I hope you understand. Now, the people, to me, there is an exchange because they cannot just release them and nothing is being exchanged. That means they released a lot of people.
True.
Now, what if is an if? Those people that they release is like a paid effort by the bandits. Yeah. Will kidnap you, treat you fine. When they want to show them video, they'll be shouting, we are suffering, right? So at this point, I don't believe anybody that is being captured, because you don't know if they are part of their sympathizer, and it's a game to either extort the government or an individual. Yeah. I hope you understand. So now most of them that might have been kidnapped, that person that is in prison might be their distant relative. They'll say, kidnap us. Let it be that we are in your custody. Be plenty, right? So that they'll be forced to release those people out. So what the governor is doing now is encouraging future ransom exchange, whereby Russia is holding one prisoner, America will say, okay, we'll release prisoner. If it's getting to that point, then we are all in trouble.
If it's getting to that point, then we all are in trouble. The words of Barrister Pink Egbe this morning. We want a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation and we'll review the paper. I made a promise that sports will return today. I will be presenting the bumper sport this morning. After this time out, don't go anywhere. Bumper breakfast continues in a bit.
Singles step into the love pad where love isn't just found, it's tested.
Along. I'm exploring.
Lines blur, desire takes over, and jealousy hits harder than any storm.
I'm jealous, and it's not something I hide.
Some find romance they've waited for their whole lives, and where there's love, there's bound to be heartbreak. In the love pad, every heartbeat counts, but in the end, who will find true love?
This is AFCON, my friend. Everything is a competition. Everything.
Enjoy AFCON Morocco 2025 from 21st December to 18th January on SuperSport. Join the family today. Get DSTV for a new lower price of 7,900 Naira.
All right, welcome back. I want to make you a promise. During the sports segment, we will be speaking with the headmaster, the one you call, we'll be speaking with Mitv Adepoju, former Super Eagles international, the one that's fondly called the headmaster. We'll preview the Super Eagles game against the Atlas Lions of Morocco. We'll also look at the United Cup. We're going down right there in Sydney, and also look at the NBA. But quickly, before we leave this segment, and I'll allow Barrister Pink take a leave to go relax and enjoy the offense and every other thing, or perhaps
that was
okay, it is what it is. I read the mind. Just that they don't appreciate me. Barrister Pink, before we leave, should we touch on one topic or just quickly review the papers? Because we're pressed for time. I'm sure Nigerians are waiting. They want to hear what not me now, Mitv Adepoju would have to say. All right, quickly, let's review the papers this morning. And okay, you have this while I do justice to the Guardian and the Nigerian Tribune. Now, I'll start with the Guardian newspaper. So much stories in their usual manner. And the banner headline here says, lingering seats at home disruption may hurt Southeast 5.7 trillion naira fiscal plan. Lagos gets 179 billion, oil states 179 billion, oil states 424 billion, wow, from FACTS 6 trillion naira disbursements. Shetima, Abba, others canvass ethical leadership at colloquium. National Association of Resident Doctors reject federal government NMA, that's the Nigerian Medical Association job evaluation agreement before collective bargaining. Nigeria UAE signed trade deal, liberalize over 7,000 products. Nigeria ranks higher, moves up to 103 to from 103 to 89 in passport index. 2027, INEC laments warning public confidence in election. Edo government links Nigerians in diaspora to Ekpoma riot. I'm sorry, sir, you disappointed me. And finally, Obi Kaigama raised concerns over new tax laws as officials defend reform. Okay, you make enough money, so please pay your tax. Don't evade tax. We need this money. Master Pink,
and why are we complaining?
Let's do the Nation and don't mind all those big men. They don't want to pay tax. Let's do the Nation and the Punch newspaper. Then we'll move to the Nigerian Tribune.
The Nation. The banner headline: U.S. delivers critical military asset to battle terrorist bandits. And the banner headline: legal disputes. Nesto, Nekonde refute false, misleading narrative by lenders. 1.8 trillion naira set aside to pay federal contractors. Boost for local firms. Our church bombing, witness identifies attackers in court. Judge quits commissioners, terrorism financing case. Court orders fresh PDP governorship primary in Ekiti. And finally, there's Tinubu targets 30 billion green finance to boost electricity access. And finally, Okpebolo orders release of AAU students arrested after protest.
All right, let's go to the Punch newspaper.
So the Punch, the banner headline is Governor's budget 525 billion naira for security as killing spread. Security votes jump 40% since 2023. Borno, Anambra, Delta record highest budgets. Northeast, Southwest leads. The Riders 2027 ADC faction eyes Jonathan, Saraki, Makinde alliance. Court insurgency, US delivers military supplies to Nigeria. Nigerian UAE scrap tariffs on over 30 million goods. That's good. And finally, there's a beautiful picture of the president and other presidents of the world. That is all.
All right, thank you so very much, Barrister Pink. My director, please, let's have the Nigerian Tribune. Sincere apologies. The banner headline. Okay, so let's start with above the nameplates. Okay, let me start with stories above the nameplates. It says, our church massacre. DSS list witnesses. Tenders more documentary evidence. Quite interesting. AFCON semis. I fear Osimhen, Iwobi, and Ademola Lookman. This is coming from the coach of the Moroccan national team. NFF chairman allays fears over officiating. My director, please, if you have the papers there, let's have the Nigerian Tribune. And the banner headline says, US delivers military supplies to Nigeria. 129 terrorists arrested, 55 killed, 309 hostages rescued in Kwara. Thank you so very much. And Kogi State. This is coming from the Nigerian police. Olabisi Onabanjo's wife, Lucia, dies at age 100. Tinubu Abiodun pays tribute.
Yeah.
Respect. Let me use the Rastafarian language. Maximum respect.
Respect.
At 100, I am sure she lived a well and a fulfilled life. May her soul continue to rest and find peace in the bosom of the Lord. From all of us on the Bumper Breakfast, the wife of Olabisi Onabanjo, Mrs. Lucia, she has passed on at age 100. After protest, Shippers Council orders shipping companies to suspend fee hike. There's a picture story of Nigeria taking delivery of the critical military supplies. That's the Nigerian American partners and whatever in Abuja. Ekitipo, court nullifies PDP's governorship primary, orders fresh exercise. Federal government begins implementation ahead of agreement signing with ASU. NIWA to acquire vessels with 10.3 billion naira in 2026, and rather here says to dredge 100-kilometer waterways with 1.8 billion naira. Concerns as NAQS allocates 385 million naira to social projects amid Nigeria's food export challenges. Those are the stories that made it to The Punch, the Nigerian Tribune, the Guardian, and the Nation newspaper. At this point, I would like to say a big thanks to Barrister Ping this morning for coming. Okay, let me just, how do you sign out this morning? Because I'm still here to continue with Bumper Sports.
I will sign out with, I can't believe that Iwobi is being mentioned, because the last AFCON, he was trashed and he almost saw his
his neck cut off.
And he even deleted all his posts.
Nigerians don't forgive that.
Yeah.
All right, Barrister Ping, thank you so very much.
Yeah.
I will do this again when? Next week.
By
Monday.
the grace of God.
All right. Yes, don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Like I said, I made a promise that Mutu Adepoju will be on the line to analyze the Super Eagles, our strength, and what perhaps, which I don't think we have right now, our weakness, or what might just possibly be our weakness as we go into the game against the Atlas Lions of Morocco. Don't go anywhere. Bumper Breakfast, Bumper Sports will be next on the Bumper Breakfast.
Ten singles step into the love pad where love isn't just found, it's tested.
Along. I'm exploring.
Lines blur, desire takes over, and jealousy hits harder than any storm.
I'm jealous, and that's not something I hide.
Some find romance they've waited for their whole lives, and where there's love, there's bound to be heartbreak. In the love pad, every heartbeat counts, but in the end, who will find true love?
Screen, defended by Huff, into the lane. Nice dump ball. Keita with the flush.
That's a massive improvement for Keita. When Michael, last time in this building, Peyton Pritchard, he went off. 29 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Got to know where he's at.
As Siakam hits the turn. Off the miss, Furphy the other way. Furphy on the drive, hanging, and it drops.
Really good at it.
And rebound secured by Neesmith. Scala, is it a surprise what we've seen from Boston this season without Tatum?
They lost 5 rotational players last year, yes. No one in the NBA is expected to win, especially when you have...
Simon on the baseline, forced to give it up. White, pocket pass to Queta. Queta fake spin, left hook, drop.
Oh, that is nice. That is really nice. Like I said, Huff can make that shot, but 0 for 4 from 3 against Miami. Has had a down shooting year from the three-point line this year.
Hauser, good. First three-point field goal there for him in Saturday against San Antonio. Pritchard, tough fade away.
9 p.m. Nigerian time, it's going to be the Super Eagles of Nigeria against the Atlas Lions of Morocco. 24 teams started the competition, and right now we are left with the 4 best teams in Africa. The Pharaohs of Egypt, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the Atlas Lions of Morocco, the Tiranga Lions of Senegal. Which of these 2 teams would make it to the final of the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations? The Moroccans have only won it once, and that was in 1974. This time around, in 2004, they came second. And in the last edition, they've not finished in the round of 16, or sorry, the semi-final. They are one place of achieving another feat, making it to African Cup of Nations title. Can they go all the way? Would it be the Super Eagles that would be the stumbling block to winning their second AFCON title? The Senegalese, you look at the FIFA ranking, the 4 teams right now are in the top half of the FIFA ranking as far as the African continent, the continent of Africa is concerned. Like I said, let's go straight to somewhere to talk to someone who has played the round leader game, who understands what football is all about. He is a coach, a UEFA licensed coach, an ex-international, Mutiu Adepoju. He will be joining us on the program to analyze or preview what we should expect. We have our strong point. The Super Eagles of Nigeria can boast right now of one of the most solid attack as far as the African Cup of Nations is concerned. How ready are the Atlas Lions of Morocco to ensure that perhaps they end the party of the Super Eagles of Nigeria? I made a promise that I wasn't going to watch any of the Super Eagles after the game against Mozambique, because our first real big test to us came against Algeria, where we scaled. Like I said, I will be joined this morning. I am being joined this morning by the man they call the headmaster, Mutiu Adepoju, the man from Ibadan, all the way from Ibadan, right here in Lagos, live on the program on phone with me this morning. Headmaster, good morning, and how are you doing?
Good morning. I'm very well, thank you. And you?
Very well and good. Headmaster, you played the round leader game, and you have always been an advocate of good football. And I also remember you always clamored for quality coaches to be part of the Nigerian national team. First and foremost, your assessment of the team so far under Coach Eric Chell.
I think since the beginning of this tournament, AFCON, the Super Eagles have been super. And they have been playing very well. And they have been the best attacking team. Scoring 14 goals. Not easy. And once you just congratulate the players for what they have done so far, but not yet done. And they should just keep it up. They should continue that way and even improve more, because the semi-final today is not going to be easy with the old country, Morocco.
Headmaster, some school of thought are saying that looking at the beautiful football we've played so far, capping it with brilliant, decent results, Nigeria, I beg your pardon, will be missed at the World Cup. How did we not qualify for the World Cup? Looking at what these players and the team have displayed as far as the Nations Cup is concerned.
Well, I think there are 2 different things. Although they are the same set of players.
Absolutely.
And we just look at it this way. Chell was just coming. Chell took over the team when things are very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we couldn't qualify for the World Cup. But nevertheless, I believe and the coach understands the players. And he has, really made some tactical changes in the team. The formation has changed, and I think, that is bringing the best out of all the players. And definitely, I didn't have doubts that, these players, they were good because all of them were playing in their various clubs, and they are doing well. So coming to the national team was different. But now they have gotten the key, and then everything that is required, that is needed. And that's what they are showing at the AFCON right now. And I believe that this will be for a very, very long time.
All right. Do you share in that opinion or school of thought that because we didn't qualify for the World Cup, the players want to redeem their image, appeal to Nigerians and appease Nigerians by winning the Nations Cup just to say they are sorry for not qualifying for the World Cup? Or they just want to do it for themselves and, of course, for the Nigerian national team?
Well, it looks, like that. And definitely, if you didn't qualify for the World Cup, and you have the Nations Cup to appease and redeem the image, it's what they are supposed to do. But nevertheless, I believe Nigeria should not be having problem of qualifying for the World Cup. And even the Nations Cup, it should always be a contender to win the Nations Cup every time. So, but I don't think it's because of the fact that they didn't qualify for the World Cup. I believe that they have the potential right from the beginning. Unfortunately, we didn't qualify for the World Cup. The potential is what is showing now. The potential and the tactical change that the coach has made in the team. I think that is what everything is functioning now.
Now, let's come to the game today. Our first big test to some persons came against Algeria, and we were able to surmount the pressure of the Algerians. We made it look too easy, neutralizing the potency in their attack, neutralizing some of their key players. They didn't get a shot on target, and now we're facing the Moroccans, the best team right now as far as on the African Cup, on the continent of Africa, going by their last outing at the World Cup and what they did at the last Olympics. Now, where do you think there should be some cause for worry for Coach Eric Chell and, of course, the players?
Well, it's getting to an end, and we want to be at the final, we want to win the cup, so everything has to be done. Everything has to be put on the table. Everything has to be done to make sure that, yes, Morocco has been a very good team, and both structurally and in everything, because the infrastructure that Morocco has put in place, for this AFCON, and then looking at the World Cup that is coming too, and the way they have done their things, and then their results in the last World Cup, and then even in the
Olympics,
has shown that Morocco is a very, very big contender, and it's not going to be easy. So I don't think that Nigeria should do what they have to do against Morocco. Against Algeria, they did everything. Our players were very good at that. They did not allow the Algerians to function, and I just believe that they would have the same distance, although it's not all matches are the same. But I still believe with the what our players have, they have to hold their own, and then make sure that they defeat Morocco today.
Now, talking about holding their own, like you said, Wilfred Ndidi will be missed, and it looks like the same crop of midfielders that played at the last Nations Cup are the same set of guys. The only difference is the attack, which is Akko Adams. He has brought flair, he has brought skill, he has brought so many things to the national team. Now, do you think there should be any cause for worry for the Super Eagles? And good news that Stanley Nwabali would still be part of the team today. So, do you think there should be any cause for worry? And where do you think our strong point will still lie, knowing that Wilfred Ndidi would be missed?
Yes, indeed, he will be missed, and I believe we have capable players
Onyedika.
And Onyeka is going to be there too.
Yeah.
Because in this position for Onyeka already played it sometimes. So I think Ndidi will be missed because of his experience, and he's one of the pillars in that midfield. But definitely we have a substitution in Onyedika, and I believe that they will be able to continue and sustain what we are, and there shouldn't be any problem.
Now, on a final note, before I allow you leave, different promises has been made from different influential people in the society. We saw the last one against Algeria, and don't you think? First it was Mozambique, then Algeria. Now it looks like all of these promises, these guys have not allowed it enter into their heads or allowed it affect their game. Now going forward, what would your advice be to Coach Eric Chell and the players? I don't want to talk about the Victor Osimhen issue because it has been resolved, and now he would lead the team out against the Atlas Lions of Morocco. We'll come back and talk about his role now that we'll be leading the team out against Morocco. So what do you think all of these promises would do to the psyche of the players?
Well, I think it's a good thing, and it's like a motivation. And all I want from the players is just focus. They have to be focused, and aside all the problems and everything that they have having, they should be focused on what they want to achieve, and that is getting into the final, winning the semi-final, getting into the final, and winning the cup. That's the focus. All other promises, all other entitlements and everything is going to come later. And only when you win, and then you win the cup, what you have to do. So I believe the players at the moment, their focus is going to be on the match today, how they are going to win, and how they are going to get to win the cup.
The headmaster Mutiu Adepoju, let me put you on the spot now. If you were to predict the result of today's match, what would it be? Don't worry, headmaster. Let me just put you on the spot, because after today, I hope if we qualify, I think the next person I'll put on the spot is mathematical Shegodegba like you. So let me put you on the spot right now, headmaster. What's your prediction for today's game? 9 p.m. Nigerian time.
2-1.
2-1.
Nigeria 1. Yes.
Nigeria 2, the Moroccans 1. Thank you so very much, Headmaster Mutiu Adepoju, for talking to us this morning on Bumper Sport Inside of the Bumper Breakfast. And I hope to see you once the Super Eagles win. Don't worry, after the game, because I have made a promise that I won't watch the game. I have too much emotion when it comes to Nigerian national team, so I don't want them to give me high blood pressure. So I'd rather stay away from the TV and watch. So maybe I'll be calling you from time to time. Kini scores. You understand? Don't worry, you'll be my update as far as today's game is concerned. All right, thank you so very much, Mutiu Adepoju, and we wish the Super Eagles all the best as we prepare for the game against the Atlas Lions of Morocco, 9 p.m. Nigerian time. All right, yes, there you heard it from the man himself. He has said it, and I'm very, very sure the players are well prepared, they are confident, and they know what's at stake. They cannot afford to disappoint Nigerians. And I said something yesterday, even if we don't win against the Atlas Lions of Morocco, I believe that the players have gotten back the love of Nigerians, not just because they got to this stage, but we've seen the Super Eagles that command the fear factor that you and I would believe we once had back then, when we had the likes of Mutiu Adepoju, the likes of Rashidi Yekini, the late Rashidi Yekini, when we had the likes of Emmanuel Okala, the list is endless. Thompson Oleya, Austin JJ Okocha. You can go on and on. Victor Nosare, Ikpeba, Emmanuel Amunike, the list is endless. We had a strong squad. Daniel Amokachi, Samson Yeboah Siasia. We had squad that you don't necessarily need to say who would do this, who would do that. The question would always ask is, how many goals did we score? And right now, it's looking like there is a resemblance of what we had back then. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking tennis and giving you results. Then I'll be saying my bye on the program this morning. Don't go anywhere.
When singles step into the love pad where love isn't just found, it's tested.
Along. I'm exploring.
Lines blur, desire takes over, and jealousy hits harder than any storm.
I'm jealous, and that's not something I hide.
Some find romance they've waited for their whole lives, and where there's love, there's bound to be heartbreak. In the love pad, every heartbeat counts, but in the end, who will find true love?
This is AFCON, my friend. Everything is a competition. Everything.
Enjoy AFCON Morocco 2025 from 21st December to 18th January on SuperSport. Join the family today. Get DSTV for a new lower price of 7,900 naira.
All right, welcome back. Quickly before I bounce out of the studio, I'll take you through results of games that went down during the early hours of this morning in the NBA. And it was Miami Heat that got the better of the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns, I beg your pardon, 127 to 121. The Houston Rockets were far better off, just few points against the Chicago Bulls, 119 to 113. The Milwaukee Bucks lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves 106 to 139. Emphatic victory, I must tell you. The New Orleans Pelicans lost to the Denver Nuggets 116 to 122. The Oklahoma City Thunders cannot stop delivering when it comes to doing what they know how to do best on the court. They got the better of San Antonio Spurs 119 to 98. The Lakers defeated the Atlanta Hawks 141 to 116. Emphatic victory, I must tell you. And the Golden State Warriors have now made it 4 wins out of 4 against the Portland Trail Blazers 119 to 97. Those are results of matches that went down yesterday. And today it's going to be the Indiana Pacers against Toronto Raptors. The Philadelphia 76ers will be up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Chicago Bulls will be up against Utah Jazz. The New Orleans Pelicans will take on the Brooklyn Nets. Dallas Mavericks will be up against Denver Nuggets. Sacramento Kings will take on the New York Knicks. And the LA Clippers will be up against Washington Wizards. And the final game will see Orlando Magic against Memphis Grizzlies. So those are results of matches that went down in the NBA. And of course, games that will go down tomorrow or the early hours of today. Like I said earlier on, let's go back straight to football, my director. Thank you so very much. A result of matches that went down in the EFL Cup yesterday saw Manchester City defeating Newcastle United at the St. James's Park. But quickly, in the German Bundesliga, it was VfB Stuttgart that got the better of Eintracht Frankfurt 3 goals to 2. Borussia Dortmund defeated Werder Bremen 3 goals to nothing. And the game involving Bayer Leverkusen away from home against Hamburger SV was postponed, while Mainz 05 got the better of any of them 2 goals to 1. Atletico Madrid against Deportivo La Corona in the Spanish Copa del Rey ended in favor of the away side. Atletico Madrid winning 1 goal to nothing. And Real Sociedad defeating Osasuna via penalties after regulation time ended 2-2. And like I said earlier on, it was City at the Newcastle United ground, the St. James's Park, that got the better of Newcastle United 2 goals to nothing. Newcastle United created chances, but like they say, nearly can never kill a bird. The 3 P's in football, if you don't bring it into play, it comes back to haunt you. In the Coppa Italia, it was AS Roma that lost to Torino 2 goals to 3. And in France, Olympique de Marseille battered, took to the cleaners, taught Bayeux footballing lesson 9 goals to nothing. 9 unreplied goals. And like I said today, it's all about the African Cup of Nations, where Senegal will take on Egypt 5 p.m. Nigerian time, and the next game will see the Super Eagles of Nigeria take on the Atlas Lions of Morocco. We hope the Super Eagles would win and continue to give us joy. Nobody is even considering if anybody belongs to the APC, the PDP, the Labour Party, or the ADC. The only unifying factor is sport, and the Super Eagles of Nigeria gradually are beginning to bring us smiles as far as the round leather game is concerned. So it's the Super Eagles of Nigeria against the Atlas Lions of Morocco, and the Senegalese, 2 North Africans, 2 West African side. In the Italian Serie A, it's going to be Napoli against Parma, Inter against Lecce, and it continues like that. Unfortunately, that's how far time will permit me this morning. But I won't leave without wishing a beautiful and enigmatic figure a dilemma. I'm talking about Monsurat Motunrayo Ajikeade. And Nikeade, I beg your pardon. Happy birthday to you. Long life, more prosperous years in good health. Someone is smiling somewhere. Happy birthday, long life, more prosperous years in good health. From all of us on the Bumper Breakfast, we say continue to do great things. You will live and age graciously. Lines will fall in pleasant places for you. Have fun because you deserve to be celebrated. Unfortunately, that's how far time will permit me this morning. Thank you so very much, Barrister Payne, for coming through. And to you out there, like I've always said, you are the real MVP. You are the real MVP. From the entire production crew to the man from E4, Samson Ajayi, thank you so very much. To Idowu Itasomi, always a delight having you guys around. How can I forget Sunday Adeogun? To the three musketeers at the control room, Abe, Afa Hussein, and of course Olatunji Badmus. Thank you so very much for bringing our viewers the best of picture quality and videos to spice up the program. To the two wonderful gentlemen at the transmitter, Engineer Bonjid and of course Engineer Olani, you thank you so very much. To you out there, like I've always said, you are the real MVP. We won't be here without you at the receiving end. Like I said earlier on, and it's a continuous promise, we will continue to do our best to bring you nothing but the best of information. My name is Stanley Paul Ikao. Bumper Breakfast will make a return tomorrow from the entire production crew. It's a good morning, and of course, up next is Wazobia and the crew are sitting by. God bless Nigeria. I'm out.